Battlefront 2 review Roundup. Play it or skip it. Star Wars Battlefront 2 is almost here, and the reviews are, well, all over the place. EA and DICE's latest take on the galaxy far, far away is divisive, to say the least. So is the Force with this game? Credit EA. Most reviews are still in progress, as critics don't feel that they've played enough of the game to render a final verdict. And with the developer and publisher rushing to make changes after a negative early response from fans, some outlets are holding their reviews altogether until retail copies come out on November 17th. Here's what the critics are saying so far. GameSpot's Alessandro Filari found the campaign to be somewhat predictable, but says the fun lies in the expansive multiplayer modes. On top of that, the game's design makes it easy to feel like you're in one of the films. Along with some stellar visual and sound design, the large-scale battles have the same exciting flow as Star Wars' most iconic fights, where one heroic action can turn the tide of a conflict. Alessandro Filari, GameSpot. The issue, though, is the game's reliance on loot boxes to get the best stuff, along with a confusing progression system that's not easily or fully explained. Over at PC Gamer, Tyler Wilde found the game to be beautifully designed, but also thought the story was far too predictable. His biggest issue, though, was also the progression system. Wilde was also slightly tripped up by the progression system, which is interlocked with premium currency you have to buy, and that the best heroes take too much trouble to unlock. Brian Bishop focused solely on the single-player campaign at The Verge, which he largely enjoyed. He praised the new protagonist, Iden Versio, and her moral ambiguity, and found that the game is a technical marvel that far outpaces the first game. Battlefront 2 is a remarkable improvement over the original on almost every level. Brian Bishop, The Verge. But the story does have one issue: it sometimes jumps away from Versio to focus on other, more established characters, taking players away from a new story they haven't seen before. IGN's Tom Marks described the game's single-player campaign as unimaginative, with some levels focusing on characters other than the lead, which feel like filler. But he spent most of the game laser-focused on the multiplayer, praising the 40-player Galactic Assault. Battlefront 2's star cards may be one of the worst progression systems I have ever had the displeasure of experiencing in a PvP game. Tom Marks, IGN, but, like many others, he hated the progression system, including star cards and premium loot boxes. All class leveling, ability customization, and upgrading is funneled through a randomized loot box system with tediously high in-game credit costs if you don't spend real money to skip over the grind, he writes. Marks said he had fun in spite of the system, not because of it. Star Wars Battlefront 2, see also Best Gaming Gifts 2017.